Hello everyone. Someone asked me how is the Philippines right now with the economy? Well, first of all, unfortunately, I'm not in the Philippines, but it doesn't mean I don't know anything. It is because I'm always watching Philippine news, my Filipino family and friends, they always update me and so on. So let's chop it. Philippines as a whole, we are all struggling, just like other countries, even Japan, the what do you call it, economy that has dropped first time after Lehman shock. I don't even know what Lehman shock is, but that's what they said. And a lot of people lost their jobs. Some people even committed suicide. So right now in the Philippines, like we have no money. So that is as a whole. And then there's some people who received some government subsidies, but more or less it's only like if we're gonna combine it, it's gonna be like 8,000 to 9,000 pesos. So that's roughly $200 maybe. So how do they get it? Well, first the first tranche it's given by the government, like the local officer. The second one, it's given by the national government. And then you can also loan money from your pension fund or mutual fund. So all Filipinos are working Filipinos are mandated to pay their mutual fund. What is that? Pag-ibig fund. This is the one that I was talking about before, where you have to pay it mandatory, half with your company, and then you can get like a money. No, you can loan money so you can get a house. And then the second one, the SSS, this is like I don't know. It's pension fund. So it depends on your salary, but maximum I think you can loan for a calamity loan for about 20,000 pesos. So that's good, right? But how about those who doesn't have these access? Well, they get some relief goods plus some money, but some people they couldn't be reached out because of corruption and so on. But recently, our government is trying to track down those people who are involved, especially local government units. So I think that's a good idea. Now, how are the small cities? Well, it depends. So it depends on the city. Some cities they have enough budget, they have enough money for tax, and then they could give it to their constituents. But sometimes the city is so poor, maybe corruption, and then they couldn't give anything to their constituents, or maybe they don't have their own tax money. Cities are okay, but like in my hometown, there it's full of debt, and then this happened, and then tourism industry closed, which is the source of my hometown. Fortunately, we still have call centers where we can get some taxes, and then from the national government. So far so good. We tried to provide some assistance, and at the same time, our government will offer free Wi-Fi to everyone. As for gadgets, I don't know yet. Maybe selected public government for education. Later, I'm gonna discuss that. And then, how about Filipinos? Well, Filipinos, I think I posted that online. Um, Especially in Clark, they're selling a lot of apartments. I don't know, hotels, and then a lot of businesses closed down, and a lot of Koreans, even my Korean students, they flew back to Korea because there's no business in Clark. How about your investment, Mira? Oh, it's not yet done. So maybe when we open up, it's already done, and I hope business will get going. Although I don't know what type of business, but it's really heartbreaking. Especially like a lot of people lost their jobs. Now, Mira, how about the what do you call that? The people working in these kind of businesses, not only the pink collar means like they work as a waitress or like a hotel, or white collar. But how about the ones who pink are the ones who are working in the bar, and then blue and then white are the like they're not working as night workers. I'm looking for a right way to say about that. But I for them, they lost their jobs, and even if a lot of hotels they tried to provide for these people, even if it's difficult, but without an income, they couldn't really keep up the profits, so they closed down. And even like a lot of overseas Filipino workers, they actually had to go back home. But let's go back to my hometown. So a lot of people lost their jobs in the hotels and so on. Fortunately, a lot of my friends are working in call centers for your country. So they're still earning. They could work from home or they could work outside. But, even companies in the United States are struggling. So some people are also losing their jobs, and that's really bad. And then it's really a struggle. That's why a lot of Filipinos, they prefer to stay abroad and work, even though it's risky, because we will experience the same risk in the Philippines without the income. So yeah. So how about overseas Filipino workers? Some were lucky to keep their jobs, like my aunt, and then some, unfortunately, they lost their jobs. I have these friends who work in the airline industry, airport industry, even other companies, but they were sent back home, and it was total zero. I think I talked about you before, like a lot of Filipinos, they don't save money. And because of this, when they go home, an emergency like this, they just lose everything. So he sent me a message. He's a flight attendant for Cathay Pacific. And then he said, Mira, how are you? Because I'm also abroad. Then I told him, I'm okay. I mean, I thought it was just a friendly hello. And then he said, like, do you still have a job? Then I said, yes. Fortunately, but our company is also struggling, I said, but I'm thankful that I still have a job. Plus, I'm not really picky with jobs. If things go worse, I don't know. There are farm jobs. In fact, I don't mind really, but um, you know, in their case, sometimes their visa maybe limits them or something like that. But fortunately, the company doesn't do that. So they just allow you, especially for survival like this. But in their case, it's really limited. So he had to go back home with, maybe the company gave them a little bit of money, but it's not enough to sustain them. And then they are on floating status. So a lot of friends, especially when I went to Holy Angel, I was studying there for tourism. And then most of my friends, they work for as cabin attendants or cruise ship or something, but now they are out of work. So yeah, it's a challenge. But I'm at this point in my life, I want to be positive. Like, I know we can go through it. Everyone can, even you guys. So let's do our best. How about in your area? How's the situation right there? Are the Filipinos there okay? Do they have jobs? And how are your family or your Filipino wife doing, especially with this pandemic? I'm pretty sure most of them are supporting more because a lot of their family members have lost their jobs. So yes. My only advice is just to limit it, not to, don't make them dependent, and maybe help them to fish instead of giving them the fish, unless you have a lot of fishes. So I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, that's what's happening right now. But on the other hand, our government is doing other things. Government has other functions, not only with this one, but they also have functions for other government jobs. So that's good. Boracay. Other places are clean right now, and other areas are neat. And then the education system is trying to adopt online, and so many things. But we're gonna talk about that next time, about the online system and what do I think about it. So anyway, thank you guys, and